Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
This is another one! It's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! He's the point, and it's alive! Hansen pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
Coming to you live from Ron Mottl Field in Parma Heights, this is OCCAC Baseball on SmeeSports in partnership with Tri-C Athletics. Today's matchup features the 13-12 Tri-C Triceratops as they take on the 15-17 Clark State Eagles. Hello, friends. Nathan Smee and Camera Gadswell on the call for you this afternoon. It looks warm outside, but man, it's a little chilly.
Yeah, it definitely is. The breeze isn't doing anybody any favors. It's definitely blowing in, and it's definitely making it a little bit chillier than it at least feels like it should be outside.
But of course, today's weather a lot better than yesterday. You saw it on your way down to Springfield for the MCVL tournament. It was raining quite a lot. Started around 2:30, and pretty much went until the late hours of last night. But the field is playable today. The grass is pristine, and we are ready to go. Both teams in a really, really tough spot right now. 1-1 in conference play this weekend. Of course, Clark State has played a few more games in conference, but Tri-C, their goal right now is to catch up to Bryan and Stratton, who still is undefeated in conference play as they continue their series today against Edison State.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough task, but you got to come in here and take two from Clark State and, try and continue on that momentum and try and go catch Bryan and Stratton.
I know it's a conference matchup, which it is to be expected, but I felt like there was some unwritten animosity between the two teams when we got here today. Of course, getting lineup cards, there was some back and forth there, and of course, after last night when you split the pair and have to come here, it turns into a rubber day opposed to just a rubber match, and that could boil over.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely can. I mean, they split yesterday, and both teams want to take the sweep today and win the series 3-4, but it kind of just depends on who wants them more and who's going to come out here with more firepower and be able to, overpower the other team.
And, of course, Tri-C is dealing with some big injuries. No Andy Schneider today. Joey Leonard could be back soon. And then the big one, Didi Farrell tore his PCL going for a home run ball at Maryland. The only silver lining with it is he did indeed rob the homer.
Yeah, I mean, he caught it, but at a huge cost, especially his health and a player caliber of Didi Farrell. And it's definitely a big loss, but I mean, it's kind of just that next man up mentality. You got to be able to trust your teammates and be able to step up. And, the Tri-C recruited a lot of talented guys, and especially at that catcher position. And, next man up, you got to step up, and hopefully you keep on moving.
And today it will be Nate Hill doing the catching, but I want to talk about the man on the opposite end of it. The starting pitcher today for Tri-C, that is Ethan Elbert getting the nod. Looking at his season stats so far, 20 2/3 innings worked, 21 runs allowed, 18 of which were earned, 13 walks, 27 strikeouts, 7.84 ERA with a 2-1 record, and this will be appearance number 6 on the year for him. How do you settle in the cold where your grip might not be as strong as you would hope?
I think you just got to maybe start pitching to contact and try and keep your hands as warm as possible. Obviously, you got a great defense behind you, and they're out there for a reason to field for you. But definitely, I expect him to probably leave a couple more in the zone that he's not as used to. But, yeah, it's definitely a different feeling, especially being a little bit chillier out here.
Looking at the rest of the team for Tri-C today, Cohen Merritt leads it off playing short, followed by Jacob Jones at third, Jameer Ross out in left, and he has been on a tear as of late. 2 home runs yesterday and a 3-hit game a few days before that. Vinny Gallagher over at first, Nate Hill doing the catching, Nash Dreger out in center field. Zalen Yanmaz gets the nod today in the 7th spot at second base. Brock Miller, the DH, batting 8th, and rounding it out, the big Ashland commit, number 2 of the year going to Ashland. That is J.B. Jackson Bowles, batting 9th and playing in right field.
Yeah, great to see him back after, a couple injuries and then had that injury earlier on in the year. And great to see him back. Congrats to him for committing to Ashland. And obviously it's a huge thing for them. And they actually played Ashland a couple days. I think they split that series as well. But, yeah, I mean, just a phenomenal job, phenomenal player, and really excited to see him back out on the field.
And you look at this Clark State team going through their lineup. Ledbetter is out in left. Gardner is at third. Weiner is batting third as the DH. Ben Robinson is doing the catching. Michael Russ is in center. Cockley is at second. Dukes is in right. Patel is at first. And Deal is at short. And on the mound today is Jordan Taylor for Clark State. And looking at Jordan Taylor so far this year, a D1 JUCO transfer from Wabash Valley Junior College. 25 2/3 innings worked so far, 31 runs allowed, 28 of which were earned, 23 walks, 31 punch-outs, a 9.82 ERA, and a 2-3 record, 8 appearances, 2 games started, so this will be appearance number 9, and game number 3 started. Here comes the Tri-C defense, but before we toss it over to the offense of Clark State, how does the defense send the tempo in the bottom of the first where, again, it's cold, and that might mean the ball doesn't travel as far as it would normally?
Your offense, you just got to be able to hit the ball and play. And, I mean, that's exactly what you want. You need to be able to put the ball in play, make Tri-C make the plays, make them make spectacular plays, and make them get you out. But it really got to start with putting the ball in play. And then for Clark State's offense, if you're able to draw the walks and get those free passes, you have to be able to take them.
And now we will pause for the national anthem. And when we return, it is time for first pitch. Well, we are all ready to go here at Tri-C's Ron Mottl Field. You are watching college baseball here on SmeeSports in partnership with the Tri-C Athletic Department. It is go time in OCCAC play, a big one on hand today. It is 12:59. We are all ready to go, and once again, we will preview the starting pitcher today for Tri-C and Ethan Elbert. What do you think is on his mind outside of course, the cold and the nature of the game?
You got to go out there and pitch good. You got to go out there and give your team maybe, I would say probably 5 good innings, right? I think that's at least your threshold. You want to get to at least 5, give your team an opportunity and put them in a good position to win this game. I think the big thing, you can't give up the free passes. I was talking about Clark State being able to take the free passes. For Ethan Elbert, you got to pitch in the zone. I know it's cold. I know it's going to have probably a little bit more trouble trying to grip the ball, but you got to pitch in the zone. You cannot give up all those free passes. And, wouldn't be surprised to see him go for a couple strikeouts here. Obviously, a pretty talented strikeout pitcher, and would expect to see him at least get a couple today.
And the big kicker today for Tri-C, typically after you play a team 4 times across 2 days, you're done for a couple of days. You have 1 day off, and then you have to play Lakeland twice. 1 Monday, 1 Tuesday. Both are road games at Lakeland before then on Friday hosting BW's JV team in a doubleheader.
Yeah, I mean it's tough, but that's why this roster is so deep. You got a lot of guys on here, and you're going to probably see a lot of them playing over the next couple of games. And, kind of just what I was talking about before with all the injuries, next man up mentality when you kind of got to give a couple players maybe a rest day here and there, and next man up mentality.
A lot is on the line today for not just Tri-C, but also for Clark State. And leading it off for them is Gabe Ledbetter, the left fielder, an alumnus of Kettering Fairmont High School, a .307 hitter so far this year. The key thing to look at for him, according to yesterday with the long balls that Torok surrendered, he has 3 home runs on the year.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to watch out for that. There's a reason he's probably hitting in the leadoff spot here for the Eagles, and Ethan Elbert's got to be careful on these first couple of pitches.
And, of course, those first couple of pitches will tell you a lot about how this game is going to go. I know I mentioned it. Do you think the ball is going to fly less today with the cold?
I think so. It's definitely not the game in March where the wind was completely, absolutely tearing out to left center field.
But we have seen so many home runs this year. Even at the high school level, back to Thursday, we would have seen our longest home run of the year, but it hooked foul. Have you been to Canal Park?
Not this year.
You know they have that club out in right field?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it hit the club.
That's insane.
Foul. And it was close, too. We have seen so many long balls this year. We even saw one on Wednesday with Brock Woods. The question is, who is going to be our next home run hitter this season? Which last year, I don't feel like we saw too many, but this year, every single day almost we have one.
See, it's funny because the other day, Dennis Rittlinger, night rider for the Yellow Jackets,
Here we
had
go.
3 in 1 game, which, as a matter of fact, is not the first time that he's had 3 in 1 game.
Off of Warner?
I don't know. I just remember last year down at the AAA affiliate of the Cleveland Guardians, we were at the Clipper Stadium. He had 3 in that game against Capitol.
I'm not surprised. He is one heck of a ball player for BW.
And then he had a 4th in the first game, too. But
you know what, though? I do have to shout out Gordo, though.
Yeah.
Played travel ball with him once, and I believe you did, too.
Yeah.
Time locally, 1:02 p.m. Elbert is ready to go, and his first pitch is in there for a strike. A strong start to the afternoon.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want. Got to rack up those first pitch strikes and stay ahead in the count.
For Ledbetter, 8 doubles on the year, 2 triples, and 9 stolen bases as well. Elbert gets the backup, but not the pitch on the inner edge. Count now 1-1. But a chilly afternoon for baseball in Parma, Ohio, but the sun is out, and that will help on the infield turf. The 1-1 over towards third, and it is off of Jones's glove, and Ledbetter is easily in at first. That is the strong start that Clark State's offense wanted to get.
Yeah, and I mean, immediately got the first man on. It seemed to be a routine-ish play there at third. I think it good on as an error, but definitely not what you want to see to start off.
And again, 9 stolen bases on the year so far for Ledbetter. I think he's thinking of number 10. And that will bring up Gardner, number 10. Speaking of number 10s, he has 30 RBIs on the year. That is his claim to fame, along with 4 home runs. First pitch from Elbert in there for a strike. So 2 for 2 on the first pitch strikes. And he has to be careful about hanging that ball there later on in the count.
Yeah.
That's one of those first pitches that work, but later on, not so much. Albert takes his time before the 0-1. Again, it's Jones. This time he will get it cleanly. Gets redemption at second, and they will pick him up on the back end at first. It is a 5-4-3 double play, and just like that, there are 2 outs in the top of the first.
Great job there by Jones, rectifying the error from the first batter and starting that double play and able to get the twin killer and clears the bases.
That is how you play with short-term memory over at third base. It is the hot corner for a reason, and so far, Clark State, they are well ahead of the baseball. If they keep putting it there, it's going to happen. And now here comes Logan Weiner, the DH, and we were just told that he was one of the home run hitters yesterday. Of course, somebody to keep a close eye on, as he does have 5 on the year. Elbert, 0-1. Breaks and misses. And he has had a couple of good misses with the breaking ball so far in the first. But Tri-C able to get, as you said, the twin killers, 2 down as they look for out number 3. Albert again misses on the inside edge. Obviously, it's early. You don't want to say completely reinvent what you're doing, but if you're not going to get that inside call, work more over the plate or outside. And he will do it just there and find the outer edge for a strike. A good adjustment there from Ethan Elberts.
Yeah, it's just interesting because when you have the umpire setting up on the inside, you know, he was aiming for that inside and then gets one maybe a little bit more on the outer edge.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. A hefty wave, and the side is retired. Ethan Elbert able to lock in down the stretch, and it is a pseudo 1-2-3 inning for the Clark State offense and the Tri-C defense. When we return, Cohen Merritt leads it off for the Tops. Middle of 1 in Parma. No score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Tri-C's Ron Mottl Field, bottom of the first inning. No score on SmeeSports as you are watching college baseball. On the mound today for Clark State, Jordan Taylor, the freshman from Butler High School by way of Wabash Valley Junior College, a Division I JUCO. So far on the year, a 9.82 ERA, 31 punch-outs, 28 earned runs. I think you and I both have talked about it off air, but let's say it on air. He needs to minimize the walks. He has allowed 23 so far this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a big factor today. If Tri-C is able to work the count like we know they can and try and get some free passes, it definitely could be a hard task for the Clark State defense to deal with, especially when you're lodged around a couple of hits and hit by pitchers and walks here and there. That's how you manufacture some runs.
Cam, where are we at? Tri-C or Alliance? Leadoff hitter with the same exact walk-up song. Cohen Merritt taking some inspiration from Cam Burton. Gotta love a good walk-up song. Plenty of good ones here at Tri-C, but Cohen Merritt leads it off, batting .299 on the year. And he will cut and miss at the first pitch. For Taylor, the goal here is simple. Set the tempo early and put us in line for what could be a pitcher's duel. Don't know if that would be on the bingo card necessarily for today, given yesterday. The 0-1, a good hold back from Merritt, and the umpire down the first base line concurs. And you look at both offenses, Clark State averaging 7 runs a game, Tri-C averaging 8. You're in line for a higher scoring game if that were to hold true. And even looking at yesterday, just to go back to it, Tri-C's win was 10-6, and then their loss was 7-3. So some runs still were scored in those games, but maybe some closer games than expected. Taylor back to work, sets and fires, and he will miss off the plate for ball 4. And the leadoff man is aboard for Tri-C.
So already with that one walk in the day, and, you get the free pass, and probably the Clark State defense trying to do the same thing that Tri-C's defense did in the top half of the inning, try and get a twin killer here. A little difficult with the speed on the base pass maybe, but we'll see how they roll here.
I mean, you have 14 stolen bases at first base. That is a tough player to retire, as here comes Jacob Jones, a .270 average so far on the year, as he will take a first pitch strike. No balls, one strike the count, and of course giving up that walk is really, really key. And we'll see how that continues. Throwback to one, not in time. But I will say, it's so great to be back here at Ron Mottl Field. It's been too long.
Yeah, it's been like a month. A little bit less than a month.
Suffering Tri-C baseball withdrawals. Merritt, he will break on the 0-1, and Jones puts it into right field. That is how you execute the hit and run. Merritt cruises on into third, and he will stop there. That'll put runners at the corners for Jameer Ross.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal piece of hitting right there. Pretty much hit right to where the second baseman vacated. And just a phenomenal job there. You surrendered the leadoff walk. All of a sudden, he now stands at third base. Still no outs, so a great start here for the Tri-C offense.
And this is where some big, big damage can be done, as here comes Jameer Ross. And in the meantime, they will throw back and try to catch Jones lacking. Liverpool scored again?
Yep. Mo Salah.
Boo. Jones, he will break from first. They will cut it off, and it will actually go all the way through. So the fake cutoff. I don't know what the point of that was. And I think what we're hearing there is just he missed it. As a catcher, that was never a play that we went with.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad throw either. Here's the 1-0, and that time Taylor is able to reconnect and even up the count at 1-1. But two runners in scoring position for Jameer Ross, batting .526 on the year, a pair of doubles, 3 triples, and 3 long balls. And I think it speaks volumes about his speed that he has more triples than doubles.
Yeah.
And of course, if you look at it, he has more home runs than doubles. That is absurd. Here's the 2-1, and he will poke this one into shallow left, and it's down for a base knock, and that will bring in 2. It is a 2 RBI single for Jameer Ross, and his hot streak will continue. Tri-C is on the board first as they take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I thought he was going to take the big turn there and try and make it to second. He did take that big turn. He looked like he was thinking about it, but he elects to stay put and maybe trying to get an extra stolen base in the books.
I mean, that ball was perfectly placed off towards the left side. I don't think that was intentional by any stretch of the imagination, but it gets the job done, and that'll set up the number 4 hitter in Vinny Gallagher. And the first pitch he sees is a ball. So Tri-C, this is a team that you don't necessarily want to poke after beating.
Yeah. So they have the early lead. Still no outs here in the first inning.
And I think if any team needs to see what happens after there's a tough loss, ask Lansing. But this Tri-C team, they are coming out and they have reinvented themselves so far today. The 2-0 fouled away. Count now 2-1. And you look at their loss yesterday, they only scored 3 runs in that game. Easily, they could match that in the first inning.
Yeah.
Or if this ball is put perfectly by Gallagher, they could do more than that with no outs. Finally, here comes Ross. He will take off, and he is in there at second as he kicks it away. The ball was right on line, but so was Jameer Ross. And that'll put him in scoring position. Stolen base number 3 on the year. And, of course, he has been dealing with injuries as of late, and last year he really couldn't play, so he was up here in the box. And that's just one of those guys that was up here, and we're happy to see now on the field.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a great thing to see.
And Jack says he's next. The 3-1 is high for ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Put 2 on for Nate Hill. And now time is called by Clark State as they want to talk things over. Again, do not poke the sleeping bear. Tri-C, they are here.
Yeah, and it looks like we might be seeing some speedy bullpen action here from the Eagles. Not something you wanted to see, especially not in the bottom of the first inning. Still no outs.
Maybe something we didn't necessarily expect either from this game. We were talking pitchers stole based on how it started, and then just kind of got away from him.
Yeah.
And here's the music. It's back. Always some shenanigans here at Ron Mottl Field. And we'll see some shenanigans here on Saturday as we've talked about it, Cam. Shaker Heights, they're looking pretty solid this year.
Yeah.
They're finding some rhythm. They're here against Holy Name next week. And I don't know if you saw, but they went to Columbus and beat Bishop Watterson last night. Yeah. And they only lost to Hoban by 2. We'll see who they throw for that game. I'm interested to see. That could be a hairy double shove day week. But 2 on here, and now the bases are loaded as Nate Hill gets plunked. You load him for Nash Dreger. Ouch.
Yeah.
That dugout is electrified. Do you make the call here?
I don't think he's ready. I think he's doing his best to try and get ready and try and throw as quickly as possible, but
Do we have a number?
I do not have a number, not yet at least.
But they will call him maybe. We'll see. Bases loaded for Dreger as the first pitch is a ball. Obviously, there aren't too many sold-out games, so to speak, at Ron Mottl Field, but their advantage there, quote-unquote, whiteout condition, it's when that dugout is this loud. The 1-0 able to combine and, again, hit the corner with the little poke from the catcher. 1-1 the counts. And if you are the catcher today, which is Robinson for Clark State, you have to be careful. You cannot overly frame or miss a stick. And that stick perfectly there. Now 1-2 the counts. But a lot of this has to fall on him if it's close.
I think they got to stay to the outside corner. The umpire's on the inside edge. He can't really see that outside edge just as well. So I think they're going to try and stick on that outside part.
And for Nash, go down the right field line on the 1-2, but he instead will swing and miss. And there is out number 1. He must have heard you. He did exactly what you said.
Yeah.
And it worked out perfectly. And now here comes Zaylen Yanmaz. Flash back a couple of weeks, over a month now. He has a chance again for his Grand Slam.
Yeah.
No home runs on the year, but of course had that one that just hooked foul. And Cam, I see the quotes, and I agree with that one I thought was gone. First pitch to Yanmaz hangs high.
I believe he ended up getting a double anyways, but
He brought in a couple of guys for it.
still.
But Zaylen Yanmaz, a freshman coming from Edina High School, a chance to really blow this game open. Already up 2-0. And Yanmaz, he will fly this one into right field. The question is, do you even catch it? The answer is no, as it is out of play. But your thoughts at this point in the game, if you make that play in foul territory, it's probably 3-0, especially given the speed at third.
Oh, it's 3-0, and then I think maybe everybody else moves up. Maybe Nate Hill stays at first, but still, I mean, it's a tough play. You need outs.
But do you allow a run with it? That's the question. Here's the 1-1. Yanmaz into right field, and it will be caught a web gem out in right. Ross will tag up, and he will score. It is a deep sac fly for Zaylen Yanmaz, but that shouldn't take anything away from Drug's catch out there.
Yeah, it was a really nice diving catch out there. Makes the runners at second and first hold, but obviously the Tops still get another one coming home. And trying not to end it here with Brock Mueller in the box.
The number 8 hitter of the inning as well for Tri-C. But a dream start for the Tops offense as the first pitch is there for a strike. And for Jordan Taylor, you're A, helping your cause to stay in the game for another inning, and B, helping your pitcher get warm, which he might need to be called upon sooner rather than later. But an 0-2 count here. He has settled in nicely after a couple of really tough starts. Of course, the walk didn't help, and then back-to-back base knocks. Not ideal. And Miller just leaves that one high. But you go back to that base knock from Jones that got it all started from a hitting standpoint. That was the perfect hit.
Yeah, it really was. Just placed it well down the left field line. That one a pretty uncompetitive pitch.
That was the hit and run, and then that set up Ross's hit down the left field line that kind of just blooped in. 3 runs on 2 hits so far this inning for Tri-C. Here's the 2-2, and we are full. Strong patience being shown by Brock Miller. And the on-deck circle, it is Jackson Bowles. And this is where, as the runners will be in motion here, you basically have 2 leadoff hitters. Payoff pitch, it's high for ball 4. After a strong start, lost them on the next 4 pitches. And the bases are loaded for Jackson Bowles. Do you make the call here?
I don't think they are yet, but I think they're.
Should you? If you're the coach, would you make the move?
It's tough. It's tough. I think depending on how warm the pitcher is, it's really tough. If he gets on, you have to make the call.
But here comes Jackson Bowles, a chance to do some big damage. And he will take a ball high. Time now called, and I think this is where you make the change. And it looks like they will mid at bats.
This is the third time we've seen this year.
After an 0-2 count on Miller, 5 pitches get away from Jordan Taylor, and that appears to do it for his afternoon. That's a tough break for Clark State.
Yeah.
And there it is. The baseball will be taken away from Taylor, and when we return, it's a 1-0 count on Jackson Bowles. Tri-C, the dream start of 3-zip on SmeeSports. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Keegan Hunt is now on the mound for Clark State. This will be his 10th appearance of the season. 12 2/3 innings work so far. 14 earned runs, 10 walks allowed, 14 punch-outs, and a 9.95 ERA. A 1-0 count already on Jackson Bowles as the call to the bullpen was made during this at-bat. But a key moment, if this one goes south, Tri-C, they could have a big lead. And his first pitch nearly hits Jackson Bowles.
That one almost going south really fast. And then all of a sudden, you turn it back over to the top of the lineup. So nowhere to go on the base path. You need an out, and you don't want to turn it back over. But a 2-0 count here, you can't make a mistake to JB. He'll make you pay.
And he can't chase either. The 2-0, he will fly this one into left field. Plenty of carry, but easily underneath it is Ledbetter as he will make the grab to retire the side, and that will stop the bleeding. Tri-C able to plate 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning. A strong start for the Tops offense today in Game 3 of the series. Off to the second inning we go at Ron Mottl Field. It's the Tops on top by 3 as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Welcome back to Ron Mottl Field. Top of the second inning. Tri-C has taken over early on in this one, up 3-0 on Clark State, as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me today, Cameron Gazzo. And you look at this start for the Tri-C offense, impeccable.
Yeah, I mean, a phenomenal job to start. You're already up 3, and looking to do things like you did in the top half of the first and try and get 3 up, 3 down quickly.
Albert's 1-0, swing and a miss, and again, just that off-speed pitch. Clark State can't time it up. And that can be a big issue, not just in this game, but also the next, depending on who is on the mound for that. Albert's 1-1, this time chopped, and a nice clean pick over at third. Nice work over there, Coach.
Yeah, great job to see that, but your batter at 2 strikes, Ethan Albert, trying to go to work here.
Let's see a left to right, east to west breaking ball. That's what I would expect to see here. And what do you know, there it is, but it is in the dirt. But I think you and I were both expecting just something along those lines. Nothing good.
Yeah.
Now we'll see what Albert dials up here for Ben Robinson, the catcher. The 2-2, it is just gonna miss, and we are full. And I think everybody thought that was strike 3. But Robinson, he didn't think so. A 341 average on the year so far, and the key stat for him, a team-high 7 home runs. Payoff pitch, and he will take strike 3 looking. 1 up, 1 down. He tossed the bat that immediately had to eat it.
Yeah, little delayed strike 3 call, but that's how you make it work. That's back-to-back strikeouts going back to the top of the first for Ethan Albert.
And if you're Ethan Albert right now, you have to be feeling really good about strike 3. About perfect. And now here comes Michael Russ. That time leaves it high. And I feel like that's not a bad pitch considering we have seen so many high strikes called today.
Yeah.
But Russ initially a commit to the University of Findlay, a 280 average on the year. And that pitch also misses. I am in heavy disagreement with that one.
I don't know where that missed.
I think ABS would put that in a very favorable spot for Ethan Albert. The 2-0, a chopper foul down the left field line. Count out 2-1, and that will open up the door for some creativity for Albert. But I feel like this should be 1-2.
Probably, but just back in the arm of Albert, he's got to make something happen here.
And here comes the 2-1, swing and a miss. And he quickly evens it up at 2-2. He has never backed down from a challenge. And has a chance to get his 3rd consecutive strikeouts. Why not keep it going? Not quite. In and out of the glove. It looked like he had it for a second. But an extra life here. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's tough. Everyone was tough. The batter was tough on himself. He thought he could have had a better shot at that one. Now he gets redemption. Albert's got to try and do it again.
Really having to earn this 3rd consecutive punch-out. And he will in the end with the high heat. 2 up, 2 down. Don't make him wait too long for it.
Yeah, just gets the extra pitch and pretty much same result. This time Hill hangs on for the tops, and 2 up, 2 down here to start the top of the second.
And now here comes Cockley, a 381 hitter on the year with 7 doubles and 1 home run. And a good rip over towards short, and Merritt, he will knock it down in the infield. His long throw to 1 is not in time, and it'll be a long base knock for Cockley. But that was a nice attempt from Merritt. Not an easy ball by any stretch of the imagination, and just like that, Clark State will have their 2nd base runner of the day. And we'll see what they actually scored. And they will score an error. So that's what they're going to go with, and I guess we will too. Still 2 down as here comes Dukes. First pitch there for a strike. But I feel like Merritt did a nice job still knocking it down.
Yeah, did a great job of doing that. And still made a nice throw over to first. Gallagher got a nice pick, but just a couple steps too late.
That was their best play, and I think they knew it. 0-1 the count here on Dukes. And he will chase the high heat. The dugout continues to love it. But so far on the year, the freshman from Kenton Ridge High School, 13 RBIs and 2 home runs. Albert already 3 strikeouts today, looking for a 4th. Long pause before the 0-2. And it will be chopped foul, so another pitch incoming. A good survival swing there.
Yeah, just trying to stay alive and put the ball in play and do some good for your team. But Albert trying to strike out the side here.
And once he does, we will see Merritt, Jones, and Ross, 1, 2, and 3, due up again in the second. So back to the top of the order we go. Here's the 0-2. Chopped foul as it looked like he did not want to really swing there. But still lives to see another pitch. And that's the key right now for Clark State. You can't give anything away. No high heat chases, which if you're Albert here, I think this is where you do go with that high heat. They have been very, very trigger happy with it today. But first, a throwback, not in time, over towards first. In my opinion, though, just focus on the batter here.
Yeah.
Considering the stuff that we have seen from Ethan Albert today, I think this is where he can really make his name. And there is the high heat as expected. I don't hate that pitch, and again, we've seen them swing so many times today. They're getting more disciplined with it, but you never know if somebody is going to bite at it or not. Albert again taking his time. And now the 1-2. Skied on the infield. This one is off towards the left side. Cohen Merritt calls it off, and Cohen Merritt will make the snag to retire this side. One runner gets on via an error, but no damage done in the end by Clark State's offense. When we return, we go back to the top of Tri-C's order in the bottom of the second. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Welcome back to Tri-C's Ron Mottl Field. Bottom of 2 in this OCCAC matchup. 3-0 your score. It is all Tri-C on SmeeSports. We go back to the top of the order with Cohen Merritt. How do you once again get a rally going? It is still very cold. You do have momentum, but the longer and longer you have to wait to go back to the plate, you kind of get that chilly feeling again.
Well, you got to start with getting the leadoff guy again. Obviously, Co able to get on last time. Got the leadoff walk, and then the hit and run worked to perfection, and the tops were in business and looking to do the same thing here. Maybe not the leadoff walk, but you got to be able to get on base here if you're Co.
And for Cohen Merritt's sake, you look at his redemption last inning, and you have 2 errors so far. Both were avenged right after the fact. And I think that speaks volumes about how this Tri-C team operates. But back to the sticks he goes. As you mentioned, a leadoff walk last time, looking to maybe get in the hit column here. Keegan Hunt back to work on the mound as Merritt will drive this one deep to right field, and it will be gone! A solo shot from Cohen Merritt just sneaks over the fence, and just like that, it is 4-0 Tri-C. And it looks like he is hobbled after that one. Something in that left leg just went, but somehow snuck it over. And he has to walk this one off. Well, I think we're looking at an anticlimactic home run now.
Yeah.
But for Cohen Merritt in the home run column, that'll be home run number 2 this year. And I didn't initially think that one got over.
Neither did I. I thought it was just going to be a
And they still bring the boom
deep
there.
fly ball to left, but still able to get, it looks like he's holding this like left knee.
And I think given the injury monster that we have seen this year, Coach Kaplik is probably thinking, what now?
Yeah. That'd be the second one they make a great play on a home run. The first one with being Diddy, he caught a home run that time.
Didn't Coe come off flame after his home run last time too?
He might have.
I feel like he was a little hobbled after it too, but not nearly as bad. And now it looks like there might be a change made in the order. He pointed to somebody in there, which that can mean a defensive change is coming.
Yeah.
And that means your traditional middle infield is
No more.
gone. Yeah. If Bortnick is available, that's where he can come in. Not available? Bortnick's hurt too. Let's find somebody else. Cam, you can go.
I got this, yeah.
I think the error board will have a little bit more than 2 after that.
Okay, all right.
But a great start as Jones will square the button and pull it back. You don't want to have to make that call right here, but you might have to bring somebody else in. Or do you just simply make your DH go over, play in the field, and bring somebody else in as your DH that can play anywhere? That could be the move. It just depends on how they want to go about it if they do have to make some moves. The 2-0 in the dirt for ball 3. But I feel like that really does dampen the mood of what a great start it was for Tri-C.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
You still appreciate that home run, but you'd rather have Cohen Merritt still in the lineup. Here's the 3-0, and it will be there for a strike. Last time we saw Jacob Jones executed that hit and run perfectly with Cohen Merritt already in motion. This time has the bases empty in front of him. The 3-1 Jones gets well underneath it and skies it off towards short. It's Deal underneath it, and he will bring it in for out number 1. And that will indeed keep the bases clear for Jameer Ross. Last time we saw him, he drove in the opening 2 runs of the day on a bloop RBI single off to left field. And I think we both want answers as to what happened with Cohen on that.
Yeah, it was really strange.
And Ross, he will chop this one over towards third. It's down the line, snagged at the bag, and it's a strong throw across the diamond by Gardner for out number 2. But a strong response by this Clark State defense after the leadoff homer, 2 up, 2 down, and that will bring in Vinny Gallagher, the first baseman. Initially, I thought he was just playing around. Just a little fake little hobble and then continue. Not at all the case. And we'll see very soon, I'm sure, for Cohen if he's coming back in or not. Too soon for comfort. First pitch up and out. And again, I mean, there's a lot of guys on this roster who could come in. It just depends on how they want to operate. And of course, with the injuries, it's going to be tough. But a deep fly ball directly to center field, and the play is made to retire the side. A nice job by Russ getting underneath that one to end the inning. But Cohen Merritt, he had the leadoff home run. The question is he still available? We will find out very soon. End of 2 at Ron Mottl Field. It's Tri-C up 4-0 on Clark State. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com
or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
As expected, we do have a defensive change for Tri-C. Jones will bump over from third, going now to shortstop, and that makes way for Ethan Green as he will come in and replace the now injured Cohen Merritt on paper. But that is just such a freak accident what happened as Cam, we went back and watched the footage, just rounded first an awkward way as Vinny Gallagher will put him away for out number one as Patel grounds out down the first base line.
Yeah, I mean, he looked fine running the first and kind of he went off to start running around first. He might have kind of just stepped awkwardly. I don't know if it's just discomfort, but that's kind of what you hope it is and hope he's going to be okay. Already this team dealing with so many injuries. Just can't afford to have another one.
And right now your goal is just to get out of this series with no more injuries. First pitch runs inside and nearly hits Deal. Deal so far on the year, a .226 average, 6 doubles, 18 RBIs, and 15 stolen bases. So plenty of speed on the bases from him. Albert's 1-0, and that time it's right down Broadway. 8, 9, and 1 Patel, who we saw moments ago, then Deal and Ledbetter this inning for Clark State. And right now, they just want to get their first hit of the day. The 1-1, and again, he nearly gets hits. Unlike Bryce, I'm not going to advocate for him just to stand in there and take it. He did tell somebody from Alliance just to wear it. To be fair, it was a perfect game at that point. So I don't hate the call, but this time, no. Albert's 2-1. Swing and a miss, goes back to work and finds the strike. That breaking ball, just beautiful. Already 3 strikeouts today for Ethan Alberts. And he won't get it there. Jinxed up here in the box, not by me.
At least for the time being.
Now, if he doesn't get this punch out, I think Jack is not going to like that conversation later. Here's the payoff pitch from Alberts. And it is roped into left center field and down in the gap. It is a 1-out base knock for Zach Deal. First base hit of the day for Clark State. You can't say it was us this time.
It wasn't us. Usually it is us. I will.
Usually me.
Yeah. But wasn't us this time. So.
But now back to the top of the order we go with Gabe Ledbetter. But 4-0 Tri-C on top. And this is where this offense of Clark State needs to find its rhythm. If they can get going here, at least playing a couple, this could make it a very interesting game. First pitch, off the press box.
A little pinball action. It hit off the press box, off the fence. Thought it might have had an opportunity to enter the press box, but it didn't.
You and Bryce both go for those foul balls like that.
Well,
we had one at Kent State going. I will say, at Kent State last summer, we did have one go in the press box. It was scary with the cameras being right there. Baseball is not a very safe spectator sport.
Let me tell you what, especially when I'm at the Rame Athletic Complex for some BW softball games and we're right behind, when they hit a foul ball right at you and we're right up against the fence, we're lucky there's a fence there. Let's just say that.
The 0-1, swing and a miss on the high heat. And I feel like you could just say the same exact thing about Bria Mid-Parks Field, which is basically the same exact field.
Yeah.
I don't get where they have to. I don't get it. She's one. Make it a one great field. Add a press box there.
I would love if they did that.
They won't.
I know.
The 0-2 is driven into shallow center field, and it will get down just in front of Yanmas. And it'll be a one-out base knock for Gabe Ledbetter. I don't think that could have been placed any better.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a really tough play for Yanmas, trying to go out there and trying to, like, kind of reach over his shoulder as he was ranging back and coming in just too far out there from center.
So Clark State starting to put it together here, and that'll bring up Zach Gardner, the third baseman. He did hit into a double play his last time up, but a chance to get some redemption. In the bottom of the inning for Tri-C, it's Hill, Drieger, and Yanmas. But right now the focus is defensively. And that pitch will be hit over towards third. It could be another 5-4-3. And it will! The side is retired just like that. That is the second time that Gardner has hit into a 5-4-3 double play today. Lightning does strike twice for Tri-C's defense, and Clark State's coaching staff, they are not too happy with the call. But they are going to talk about it real quick, so hold on a second. Cam, let's watch it back on the replay. Close, but I think he got him.
I think he got him.
And Clark State, their defense, will begrudgingly head onto the field. The call is confirmed. To the bottom of the third we go. Tri-C looking great, up by 4.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Nate Hill steps in to lead things off in the bottom of the third inning. 4-0 your score. Tri-C on top of Clark State as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me today, Cam Regazzo. A pair of hits in the top of the inning for Clark State, but overall no damage done as the first pitch of the inning is flown out to left, and it will be on the ground. He dropped it. Did he touch it?
I don't think it mattered. I think it was fair anyways.
If he didn't touch it, it's a double. Either way, Nate Hill's at second. They're going to call it an error, and I would agree.
I mean, it was definitely a tough play trying to range over there towards the left field line. It was definitely a little interesting to see.
And that is the combined third error already today. And again, I really thought that, I mean, up here, they said it too. I thought he for sure caught it.
I did too.
I'm shocked he didn't.
Then I saw a coach start pointing to second base saying, hey, you better get there.
I think he saw it before anybody else.
Yeah. Well, he's got the best view out there.
I'm sure he's very happy that Hill was able to indeed get on and make his way over there. So the leadoff man is at second for Nash Drieger now to work with. And Drieger will take a high pitch.
They were putting on the bunt defense there. Everyone was in motion. Yeah, the patented wheel play as both third and first were coming crashing in. Second was going to cover first, and shortstop was going to cover third.
We'll see if they put the wheel on again here or not. They won't this time as Drieger gets well underneath it. Has a chance, though, to get down in center field, and It will be caught. A nice job charging in by Russ for out number 1.
For a second, I thought the second baseman was peeling off, and there was no miscommunication. No one was going to catch it, but center fielder being able to take charge and probably at the best angle coming in at it, being able to grab it.
It's always easy when you're charging at the ball, opposed to ranging back. You could trip, you could fall, something along those lines. Straight line of sight in, that's the easiest way to go about it. As here comes Zaylen Yenmas. Hit a sac fly his first time up. And the first pitch he sees will hang high. A lot of high misses today from Clark State. I think in the first inning they got a lot of the high strike calls and they have really just stuck with it. But as of late, really not getting that decision. The 1-0, a drive into foul territory off towards right field, and it will be caught for out number 2. And they will just throw this one across the yard just in case. So 2 down now as here comes Brock Miller, the DH. He walked his first time up, as there were a few walks the first time through the order, 3 to be exact, along with a hard 90. But after that leadoff bloop-ish hit, now 2 down quickly. And Tri-C, they still want to score this inning. If they do not score, of course, this will be the first scoreless inning of the day. And for Clark State, their goal is simple. Play the full 7. Try to tire out this Tri-C team, as right now Keegan Hunt, he is going to stay in as long as he can. And to his credit, he has done a nice job settling things down. Yeah,
absolutely. Coming in, bases loaded, you got to try and get out of it. Was able to get JB out in the first inning. Surrendered a run last inning, but trying to get out of this one clean.
2-0 counts. And there is strike 1 lower in the zone. Again, as we mentioned, there is another game after this scheduled for around 4 p.m. Could be 3, could be really any time. Most likely 30 minutes after this one's done. Swing and a miss from Miller, now 2-2 the count. And right now it's 1:52, so we're in line for about a 2-hour game. Of course, that depends on how the rest of the game goes, as that's just an estimate. Here's the 2-2, and Miller, he will poke this one foul. And I believe I did see the same thing during the 16-inning game that we saw a few weeks ago where, we're halfway through. No, not even close.
Yeah.
4.5 hours of baseball later. Not quite. And we still had to play another game after that. Not a fun day. Here's the 2-2. Miller again fouls it off. If the inning were to continue, it would turn over to Jackson Bowles. But 4-0 Tri-C on top. Again, the 2-2. He will chase and swing through it and miss. First strikeout of the day for Hunt. Retires the side, and that will end the inning overall. No runs scored for Tri-C this time around, despite having their leadoff man reach via the error and reach all the way to second base. To the 4th we go. It's Tri-C up 4.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
To the fourth inning we go in game number 1 of our doubleheader today. 4-0 your score. Tri-C on top of Clark State, as leading it off for the Eagles is going to be Weiner, and he'll be followed up by Robinson and Russ. So 3, 4, and 5 for Clark State this inning. Albert's first pitch there for a strike, and he will continue his great day at the office. 3 strikeouts, 2 hits, no runs. He has been stellar so far. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Count now 0-2. And you look at this Tri-C team, still being resilient, of course, with the injury of Cohen Merritt changing things. They have not really wavered. The 0-2, a deep drive to left field, still going back. Ross, underneath it, is there for out number 1. I would say any kind of warmer day, and that was a long ball.
I thought that one had a chance off the bat, but kind of just hung up there and caught a couple of feet in front of the warning track.
That would have been number 6 on the year for Weiner as well. Well, somebody looking for number 8 now steps in Robinson. He has 7 home runs on the year so far. So I can't really say it gets any easier. But 1 up, 1 down. First pitch off the dish. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of lineup we see in game number 2. Of course, Ethan Green could have played there. Do you play him again in that game, and where? And what else changes for that lineup? The 1-0 swing and a miss, now 1-1 the count.
Yeah,
Could we see Trobenter catch?
Yeah, could be. Could be move Nate Hill over. Could have Brock come in and play instead of being the DH.
Robinson fouls off the 1-1. And you have to keep in mind, you have to play 2 separate games at Lakeland. Why it's not a doubleheader, don't ask me.
Do they have lights?
I actually don't think they want to play. They've done this before. Here's the 1-2. Chopped foul on the left field line. And from what I've been told last year, the only regularly scheduled doubleheader at Lakeland that actually happened was Tri-C. They rescheduled everybody else.
That's weird.
I don't get you're playing 2 days. That's the high school way of doing it. Just play the doubleheader. What do I know? The 1-2, again, this one driven foul. You would think with travel.
Yeah, exactly. Just get them both done in one day if you can.
And beyond that, it turns into a 9-inning game both days. Post of 7s. Count remains 1-2 on Robinson. Albert's pitch will run inside and miss. Count now 2-2. Robinson, his first time up, did strike out looking. A member of the 3 consecutive strikeouts today for Albert. The 2-2, he thought about it. Did he go? The answer is no. And the count now is full 3-2. I think, Cam, you thought he did go.
I thought he did, yeah.
It was close. It wasn't necessarily a convincing pullback. Full count 3-2. Albert looking to win it here. And again, he will have to offer as it is fouled away. One heck of a battle, no matter which way you look at it, from Ben Robinson. But how much fight does he have left? Count remains full 3-2. And here comes the payoff pitch. A weak chopper over towards third. Here comes Ethan Green as his first involvement will skip away from Gallagher. And that will put Robinson on at first. The 3rd error of the day for Tri-C's defense.
Yeah, that'd be the only real knock on them that I've had so far today, is the lot of mistakes on the left side of the infield.
And they will have to rectify that very, very quickly. And I think even though it's not their varsity team, but a group like JV BW, they'll capitalize on it. Those are D3 guys that eventually will be playing, most likely, at the varsity level at BW.
Yeah, especially next year when we got a couple of big pieces leaving for the Jackets, so people got to step up and could be looking at some of those JV guys.
The bunt right back to Albert on the hill, and he will have to throw back to one, and it is not in time. They will say no, and I am not buying it. Again, I get why you crash, but somebody has to be over there. That is Yenmaz that has to be over at first.
Yeah.
And depending on how you score that one, that could be a base knock or it could be an error. They will score a base knock. She just did beat it out. And now time is called as Hill will go and talk to his pitcher. But that Clark State dugout there starting to chirp as they're starting to find some rhythm. And we'll see if there is eventually some action in the bullpen, but even if there is, this cannot be pinned on Albert.
No, I mean, he was trying to do exactly that and just had no one to throw to at first base. Thought he might have still gotten him, but umpires call him safe, and he's got some trouble to work out of here, but he's gotten 2 double plays today. Really needs another one here, but really could go for a big out at the plate.
In my opinion, he has been really, really good, and this could be his best outing so far. But, of course, still plenty of life to it. First pitch misses for a ball, and that's another close miss. It's like when you're playing Battleship and you basically say every coordinate but the ones you're looking for. Or it's Ted where you don't have any on the actual board itself. Which some of the pitches, that could be the case. The 1-0. That time he does find a Battleship. 1-1 the count. But some of the strikes that weren't called, I couldn't tell you where they missed.
Yeah.
Both ways even. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. 2 runners on, 1 down. And that pitch will back him out. But as we are in hour number 2 of this game, officially over an hour in, this is where this game could take a very, very intriguing turn. You played at least 1, if not 2 this inning. Tracy's offense has a lot of pressure. And they will have to find a way to break through again. Here's the 2-1, and it will be left high. If Cockley were to walk, he would turn to Dukes. And Dukes on the year does have 2 home runs. But I do think before that would happen, you would see a mound visit. 3 balls, 1 strike the count, and if you're a Clark State fan, you really do like the scenario that you are in. And as well, that runner over at second base, he has been playing tricks on Albert all day.
Yeah, he's trying to get as big of his lead as possible and trying to stay in the back of the mind of Ethan Albert, doing a pretty good job.
The 3-1, it is right down Broadway for a strike, and we are full. And Tracy's dugout is letting them know as well. They're going to go back and forth a few more times today.
And we're still only in game 1.
So a whole other ball game of so many different comments to be made. And they will throw back and have a rundown between second and third. Jones to third. The tag is not in time. Somehow the tag was not there. And now time is called. Coach Kaplik wants to appeal. Cam, let's huddle around the monitor. I do also think he just missed the tag. It didn't look great. I'm not going to lie. It did not look great. But that throw was great. Let's just look at the tag. No.
They call.
Did they not have time?
No. Time was out.
So how did the runner advance?
He just went on his own. Time was out.
And this is where it gets chippy.
The runner's got to go back to first.
But yeah, I just think Green missed the tag. I don't know why you even try that there at the run. What are you doing? Now, that worked out perfectly in the front end, but why when there's a coach on the field would you run? Time was called. Because if not, then the coach is ejected.
Yeah.
And then there would be a dead ball anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get, why you try that. That's just a waste of energy. I really can't tell you what's going on right now. It is conference play after all. And they're just going to continue. Coach Kaplik does have to be careful here.
I was going to say, if this goes on like this, I don't know if how much longer he's going to be in here.
And the Clark State dugout is still letting him know. I think he just missed a tag. Which, if that's the case, you got to get that tag down.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if this is strike 3, there are going to be some words. But you put him at the corners here, and I wouldn't be surprised if the back end of this and Russ does take off. I think you have to, almost.
Yeah.
Full count 3-2, and this is going to be the chippiest pitch of the day. Here's the payoff pitch. The runner goes. It is a ball, and the bases are loaded. And I think that time Hill, if he stuck it, that would have been a strike. That was close. But the bases are now loaded, 1 down for Cooper Dukes. An interesting inning.
Yeah. You could definitely say that.
This is where it gets really, really intriguing, though. Bases loaded. You have the tying run at the plate for the first time in a long while today. First pitch hits the outer edge for a strike. I think yesterday's results did not sit well with either team.
They both wanted to sweep. Unfortunately, they split. If you're looking in the eyes of either team, and they both want both games
And
today.
they're trying a suicide squeeze. And it's popped foul. Now it's an 0-2 count, but they tried the suicide squeeze.
Wow.
That is a gutsy call, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of errors today. That's why you try it.
Yeah.
If that would have worked out, that would have been genius. Which there was one that it worked out against Alliance where Bo just lost it under his feet. It happens. But that's one, I don't know how you pop it up. You have to get that button down. It would have worked that way. But an 0-2 count now on Dukes. And that pitch is zipped off the plate. At this point, it's just simply put the ball in play and work with it. But we did see Salem bunt with a 2-2 count. They did not make contact. Just ran right through it. Here's the 1-2, and it's fouled away. But you know it's a good day when both dugouts are very active.
Yeah. Even in the cold, they're both alive and well.
I mean, we have a heater up here, and I'm still cold. The players are hogging the heater, so I'll have to go over there and visit during the half-inning break. Don't blame them, though.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2 again. It is skied on the infield. This one could be going foul. It is foul, but Hill is able to make the grab for out number 2. And that is a pivotal catch outside of really any operable play. There's nothing else they could have done there. There's no way you could tag up or anything.
Yeah.
So 2 down now for Vic Patel. And Patel so far on the season batting .234 with 1 home run, 1 triple, and 2 doubles along with 9 RBIs. But a chance to really earn some extra game time. And he will chop it right up the middle. It is going towards Yanmaz. He will throw to 1. It bounces in, and the side is retired. Gallagher is able to pick it. The inning is over, but in a very, very stressful manner. Why don't you either A, tag him, or B, just go to the bag?
Yeah.
That could have gone really, really poorly. We're going to watch it back on the replay just to see. And I don't know if that throw was in time either. We're going to watch it back. Ooh. Replay shows a really, really different call. And now the umpires, they're having a conversation with Clark State's coach. But while that conversation happens, we will step aside. Middle of 4. Tri-seat up 4. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center
There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Ron Mottl Field. Bottom of 4-0 Tri-C on top. A very interesting top of the inning. Somehow got out of it with no damage done by Clark State. Now, there is some preliminary action to the bullpen, just some stretch and toss as of right now. Nothing official yet, but we will get a word on who that is eventually, if it does come to matter. Which, of course, if Albert just continues to throw the way that he has as of late, then it really could just become irrelevant. The 1-0 Bulls will leave it high for ball two. After Bulls, it goes to now Ethan Green in the leadoff spot, followed by Jacob Jones. Of course, for those just tuning in, Kellen Merritt did have a home run back in the second inning, but taking a turn going from first, he did get hurt. Time is now called. And now the umpire has told the Tri-C dugout to stop talking to other players when I believe Clark State has done the whole game. I think both teams have. And I believe Travis Dean warming up in the bullpen. I think both teams have done that. Why are we talking about it now? I think the umps are just trying to slow this game down. And both coaches aren't happy. I think this is ridiculous. Just let them play baseball at this point. Come on. I feel like it happens too often where something like this happens. I mean, how many pauses have we had for unnecessary things? I mean, Cam, your thoughts on this in general? This is another pause that now we're having Clark State just continue throwing about the field because we're stopping for no reason.
Hey, just let them play, dude. If you really think that's big of a deal, warn both teams. Like, I don't think you need to. Maybe if you start hitting people, but
I think it should be a warning to both teams blanketly. Just both teams. That's a warning, and then go back. Not let's stop the game for 5 minutes. Let's change it here with a 2-0 count. I don't get it. I really don't. But you have two really good ball clubs today.
yeah,
Playing a great series. But this is what we're going to remember probably.
yeah.
Well, I heard that one.
Yeah. Basically along the lines of cheer on Tri-C.
I agree. I agree with that. I think handled well, and they are lively again. Never a dull moment, they say. Never a dull moment. Does he get a warm-up pitch?
You shouldn't.
Oh, man. Can we see an ejection today? We could.
We might.
I think if any day, today is the day. Hope not. Who knows? But a 2-0 count here on Jackson Bowles as here comes the pitch. And he will take strike one on the outer edge from Hunt. But I think this is going to be one heck of a game for the series coming up.
Yeah.
Bowles on the 2-1, cuts and misses. And as well, that pause really does help out Clark State. It does happen. Here's the 2-2, and Bowles a deep drive to right center field, still carrying back, and it will drop in the gap for extra bases. Bowles, he will touch 2, he wants 3, cruising to 3, and he gets it. It is a leadoff triple for Jackson Bowles, and he will do all the chirping himself.
Yeah, no need to do the chirping when you are in the box and able to hit a leadoff triple for your team and trying to get back on the board and extend your lead here in inning number 4.
The freshly christened Ashland commit says, you know what? I'll shut everybody down with one swing of the bats. Now here comes Ethan Green. A chance for him and a game that he maybe wasn't supposed to play in. A .250 average on the year with 4 RBIs. Can he find a 5th? First pitch there for a strike. But this is how you show your coach that you belong and you deserve to be on the field. Talk about a pivotal moment in the ballgame. Tri-C looking for some extra insurance, up by 4. And Green, he will do just that. It is an RBI single driven into left field. Make it 5-0 Triceratops.
Yeah, just a great piece of hitting there from Ethan Green and coming up. And we were talking about that at the beginning, that next man up mentality of, you know, somebody gets injured, you just got to be able to go in there and play. You recruit so many great ball players, and Ethan Green, just another one coming out here today and getting a nice RBI single. Now puts himself on the base pass and trying to run up the score here.
You know what we call this? Stahlberg coined it. Kaplik took it over. It's topsball. Now here comes Jacob Jones. So far 1 for 2 today as he will pop that one foul.
He went to bunt, pulled back, and swung away.
I feel like that's what every ball player dreams of, just the pull back and go yard. Did you ever try that?
No. When I was bunting, I was bunting.
You had the speed, that's why. The 0-1, driven foul down the right field line. And I will say during my time in Holy Name, unless I ignored it, which there's probably a good chance that I did, I never was given the bunt sign.
It's okay. It's okay.
I wasn't going to do it anyway.
That's true.
I was just going to ignore it. Why would I? I'm slow. The 0-2, it is in the dirt. And he will clutch the throw, and it's not in time. So a stolen base there for Ethan Green. And if he didn't pump, he would have had him.
Well, here's the thing. There was no one at the base. No one was at the base. It was a nice delayed steal opportunity for Ethan Green. Caught everyone sleeping, especially caught the shortstop sleeping. He wasn't there to cover the base. If not, catcher probably would have had him gunned.
And he knows he would have had him too. The 1-2 popped foul off the bat awkwardly. But Tri-C, they find creative ways to make something happen. And the on-deck circle after Jones, it turns to Jameer Ross. And we've already seen his bat be powerful today. But again, a really pivotal series for both teams. Clark State 3-3 in OCCAC play so far this season. Tri-C 1-1. Of course, the big kahunas right now, it's Bryan and Stratton undefeated. Jones, a pop over towards second, an awkward play, but a play made nonetheless for out number 1, but that'll put Green at third for Jameer Ross. He kind of had him stumbling backward when he fielded it initially.
Yeah, definitely kind of almost like caught him mid, like crossover, cross step.
You want crisscross?
That's what I was looking for. Okay, not like that.
So Jameer Ross, a chance for a third RBI today.
You're going to bring the infield in here.
You have to cut off that run at home. Instead, Jameer Ross, a drive into left field. And we will see what happens from here. There's the catch. Green, he will tag up and he will score. There is RBI number 3 today for Jameer Ross. He does his job, and that will make it 6-0 Tri-C. Second sack fly of the day for the Tri-C Triceratops. And that is how you find rhythm again as a group. And this is a team that plays team baseball, not individual baseball.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what you need from this team. And you're up by 6. You're in a really good spot here. Still looking to get a couple more on the board, though.
So here comes Vinny Gallagher, a walk and a fly out to his name so far. And he will poke it foul. Next inning for Clark, it is Deal, Ledbetter, and Gardner. 9-1-2 due up. Still a very chilly day for baseball at Ron Mottl Field. Temperature is 51, but it feels a little bit colder than that. The sun, though, does help. The 0-1 misses inside, now 1-1 the count. But I feel like this is a very cold 51. I'm now being told Celsius. I don't believe in that. Do you?
51, it's...
No, the Celsius part of that.
Oh. I don't... Yeah, Celsius isn't real.
Apparently it feels like 50. I don't buy that one bit. Of course, it could be warmer on the field, but at least in here, it feels like a crisp 30. The 1-2 fouled down the left field line. Could be playable. And it will drop off of the yellow part of the fence. After Vinny Gallagher, if the inning were to continue, it turns to Nate Hill, the catcher. But Tri-C up 6-0, and of course, when you turn over from 5 to 6, your thought goes from, hey, convincing lead to run rule.
Yeah.
That 4 to 6 period, it's, hey, 4, good lead, 5, even better. 6, you're thinking run rule. And I think you would agree there. Just once you have a 6+ run lead, your goal is to get out of here as quick as possible.
Absolutely. Which
I think this Tri-C offense knows what they can do, and they've done it so many times here. The amount of 20-run games that we've seen from them here, it's incredible. The 2-2, Gallagher pokes it into opposite field, and it will fall in left. A 2-out base knock for Vinny Gallagher sets up Nate Hill.
Just a great piece of hitting there from Gallagher. Just lets the fastball go all the way back, hits it in the back of his stance, and just kind of pokes one the opposite way, just a couple of feet, landing in front of the left fielder out there.
And for Nate Hill, I'm sure he is thinking about going yard again, as he already has 3 on the year and 16 RBIs. But the dugout of Tri-C, they are as vocal as ever. And Hill fouls that one back. I know we've mentioned it before, but nothing prepares you for a foul ball off the fence, even though you know the fence is there.
Yeah, it's weird.
The weird phenomena. You know you're safe, but at the same time, you feel that reaction. The 0-1, a good take from Hill, makes it 1-1. Once again, stick with us at around 4 p.m. Could be earlier, depending on how this one goes, for Game 2 of our doubleheader as Tri-C finishes their season series with Clark State. A 1-1 misses high for ball 2. If the inning were to continue any further, it would return to Nash Dreger. But 6-0 Tri-C on 6 hits. Hill, check swing foul, and plenty of power on that check swing too. Looking at the bullpen for Clark State, no action as of right now, and I think at this point in the game, they are going to ride with Hunt to try and give it their all in game number 4. The 2-2, Hill over towards second, a ranging play. Now the throw to 1, it is close, and it is just in time. The side is retired as Hill. He gets knocked down going through the bag, but he is able to get up on his own power. 2 runs do score this inning for Tri-C in a very chippy inning. To the 5th we go. It's the Tops up 6.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Well, welcome back to Ron Mottl Field, top of 5. Tri-C up 6-0 on Clark State. And as we mentioned last inning, Cam, you're at the point of the game where if Tri-C plates 4 in the bottom of the inning and Clark State doesn't score, you're done. So the pressure is on this Clark State offense to find some run supports. And on Ethan Albert's end, his goal is simple, just keep it where it is. So far, he has allowed a total of 3 hits, no runs, and 1 walk. With 3 strikeouts, he has been lights out. And that pitch just misses. A very close ball like so many have been today. And it'll be interesting to see who Tri-C does go with in game number 2. And they do have Travis Dean warming up, but that could be for game number 2 depending on how this one finishes. The 1-1 again, another close miss. But I think if you can save Dean and from there, just kind of go with it, you're in a pretty good spot to win the series and then go to Lakeland and get 2 more this week. The 2-1 right there in the zone, now 2-2 the count. Cam, some score updates from the OAC.
So BW softball winning 6-1 over Muskingum. BW baseball winning 6-1 over Muskingum. Mount Union baseball winning 4-2 over Ohio Northern.
As this ball is put into left center field, it will drop for a leadoff base knock. A nice piece of hitting there from Zach Deal. And back to the top of the order we go for Clark State. But, of course, a big day for the OAC, about the halfway point of the season, as in around 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to be preparing for the OAC tournaments. Another the MCVL tournament, they will begin their final match in around
half an hour.
Half an hour at 3 o'clock. It'll be number 1 Wittenberg, number 3 Calvin. Wittenberg was in the dance last year. Calvin was not.
Wittenberg's only MCVL loss this year was to Calvin, 3-1.
So we'll see how that one goes as the first pitch is high. But you know what? This year doesn't even count because you know what's going to happen next year? Mountain BW are going to be back in it in the championship.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Just depends on where that game would actually happen. The 1-0, a good drive right back to where it came from as it drops in center field. Cruising to third is Deal, and the throw is just not in time. It'll skip away. Albert, he will make his beeline. The runner will go home. The play at the plate is in time. They got him. The trail runner does get to third, but a massive out at the plate. That was a gutsy play all the way around. It'll be a single for Ledbetter. He advances 2 extra bases. You still have a runner at third to deal with, but the big thing, Clark State doesn't score.
Yeah, I mean, that's really gutsy. They're trying to take home, and, yeah, I mean, pretty clearly out.
So now here comes Zach Gardner. 2 5-4-3 double plays so far today, and if he gets into one here, I would be impressed. Just based on the setup, I don't really think it's possible. First pitch wide for a ball. I mean, is it actually possible?
Technically, if you really wanted to.
It'll take a lot. The 1-0 high for ball 2.
Ground ball to third. Third tags out the runner. He rounds first base, throw it to second, and then they throw it back to first, tag him out. 5-4-3.
So it is possible.
Yeah.
The 2-0 there for a strike, now 2-1 the count. At that point, it would just be a single, though.
5-4-3.
Or a fielder's choice. Okay. It's possible.
Well, look, you wanted the 5-4-3, so I made the 5-4-3.
It works, I guess. The 2-1. Perfectly in there. Excellent motion on the delivery. In the on-deck circle, after Gardner goes to Weiner. But for Tri-C, you get this out of the plate, and your situation becomes that much easier. Albert's 2-2. A chopper over towards third, and it is foul. Is your play at the plate?
Yeah. I mean, I think it just depends where it is.
In that instance, if it was fair.
In that instance, yeah. It's got to be. You're charging on it. You got to at least try and give it a shot.
It's a tough one. It really is. You want the out, but you also want to prevent a run. Here's the 2-2, and it will be left high, and we are full. Once again in the on-deck circle, it is Logan Weiner. 0 for 2 so far on the day. Albert, a key payoff pitch. And it is driven foul down the right field line. So again, we will have the full count pitch coming. Looking at the clock again, it's 2:31. So an hour and a half into game number 1 of our doubleheader. Albert back to work. The payoff pitch, it will miss up and in for ball 4, and that will put runners at the corners. And that'll give Logan Weiner a chance to get some damage done for Clark State. They just need a spark from somewhere. Score update again from Mount.
Mount now up 6-2 over Ohio Northern at the end of the 7th inning.
That'll be a very interesting one to look at eventually in regards to the conference of how does BW fare against ONU. Albert missing up and in. But I think the conversation is, where is the tournament going to be held? Is it going to be at Mount or is it going to be at BW?
My best guess would be at Mount, at least the way that things are going right now. Actually, I think both the softball and baseball games are going to be at Mount.
That'll be a fun couple of days at the office. The 1-0 right down Broadway, now 1-1 the count. Now the kicker is if Tri-C is hosting a tournament game, that's also the same day.
And I probably won't be here.
I'll be here.
I'll be in Miami.
The 1-1 will have to play for ball 2. When do you think that would be? Because you won't be in Miami, I don't think.
Oh, no, because that'd be finals week.
You'll
So
be everywhere.
I'll be back.
You'll be telelocating.
I'll
we
be
both
back.
will be.
I'll be back. Coming back the Monday of finals week.
We'll have to be in 2 places at once. 3 places at that point. The 2-1 hits them, and the bases are loaded. And Banner Robinson, again, the big bat in this lineup in the 4 spot, has a chance to really blow this game back open. And it looks like the action in the bullpen has intensified. Do you make the call here?
I think we're at least going to get a meeting on the mound here. I don't know if they're going to make the call yet, or looks like they're going to.
And I would assume that means Travis Dean is coming in. We'll make sure that he does indeed take the ball away, and it looks like he will, and that will do it for Ethan Albert today, but a good outing for him. He got to the 5th inning, but the bases are loaded, still 1 down. And we will step aside as the new pitcher comes on to throw for Tri-C, and that will be Travis Dean. You are watching college baseball on SmeeSports, and we will step aside for a word from our sponsors and return to the action in a few moments. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Time now for the call to the bullpen for Tri-C. It is Travis Dean coming on to throw for the Tops. So far this year, 12 1/3 innings work, 16 runs allowed, 11 earned, 11 walks, 11 punch-outs, and an 8.03 ERA. And he will have the bases loaded here for Ben Robinson. Robinson swing and a miss, a heavy cut. Of course, with a team-high 7 home runs, he is thinking of a long ball.
Yeah, trying to get his team right back into this one. All he needs is one swing of the bat.
And for Tri-C, they just need one swing of the bat to be on the ground to get them a double play to get out of the inning. Or right now, just this from Travis Dean. 0-2 the count. 2 competitive pitches so far from Dean. And Robinson, 2 aggressive hacks. Does he go for it again? Dean's 0-2, left high, and that is exactly where I would have thrown that one.
Yeah, try and make him chase the high heat. Lays off, but still in a good position here if you're Travis Dean in the Tops defense.
And we've seen it a lot today with Clark State getting a little antsy on the high heat. The 1-2 there for strike 3 looking. 2 down. Perfect pitch from Travis Dean. Froze Robinson for the second time today. And with 2 down, that'll bring up Michael Russ. As well, final score update from Field of Dreams in Carrollton. The Warriors keep their undefeated home streak alive, beating Berlin Highland 3-2. First pitch wide, and the reason that's important, Cam, that is Highland's second loss of the year. They were 31-1 last season, and that is their first loss in the last 2 years. That wasn't 5-4. The last 2 were. Dean's 1-0 swing and a miss. Took plenty off of it. Of course, we will see Carrollton again on Tuesday as they take on Alliance. That'll be a really, really fun matchup for both teams, as of course Carrollton did get the sweep of Alliance last season. And they ended up being 9-1, winning the Eastern Buckeye Conference. And that conference right now is in favor of Alliance, but after the way they kind of scraped by Salem, it's anybody's conference. Marlington 1-1, same with everybody else, except for Salem, who's 0-2. Dean's 2-1. A good drive down the left field line, but hooks foul. But before that on Monday, Cam, we have a really, really good game. 1-loss Marlington versus undefeated third-ranked Dover. Third best team in the state. And they have two pitchers, both with a sub-1 ERA. Through 8 games. And they've both pitched in multiple games.
Jeez. The
2-2 is wide for a ball, and we are full. It's not like a hokey-pokey one either. It's a true sub-1 ERA. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
Hopefully the weather does hold up, but with the bases loaded here, full count, the runners will be in motion here. Dean looking to retire the side as the runners go. Payoff pitch, grounded foul. So we will have to do it again. But this is the second inning in a row that Tri-C has really played with fire. And if they hold here, they just need 4 runs to close it out in the 5th.
It's a lot easier said than done, but we know how this offense can operate.
Again, with a track record of this Tri-C offense, anything, and I mean anything, is possible. Runners again in motion. Here's the payoff pitch, and again it's fouled away, and it's off the box and right back into the playing field. Look at that. Twice today. And this is a pretty tall fence in front of us.
Yeah.
Be nice if it was a net. And not as many poles in the way. That's just for the cameras, but still. One more time, the payoff pitch. This time, it is skied on the infield. A high hanger. And it's called off by Gallagher, and he will drop it. 2 runs come to pass. And now the question is, what are they going to do?
The home plate umpire said they touched it, so it would be a fair ball.
Let's watch it back here on the replay, because if that's the case, it's 6-2. I don't think anybody touched it. But they're going to say they did. And somehow, in some way, because it bounced first, and they didn't touch it in the air, that could go down to 2 RBI double. Really, really weird as that one is fouled away.
But how?
When did he touch it?
Yeah.
So that's an error then on somebody. So that's nobody knows what's going on anymore at this point. If that's an error, that's the 4th of the day on
Because
Tri-C.
if it would have hit the ground first, they would have had to like bat it away. But it was already trending towards going foul. I don't know.
Either way, it is 6-2. And I think everybody has a different opinion of what it should be scored. But a 2-1 count. A chance now for Cockley to do some more damage. That time a clear foul ball down the left field line. But of course that easier said than done metric of 4 runs becomes 6.
Yeah.
But a 2-2 count here, 2 down. You drive in 2 more and you have a completely new ball game. Dean sets and delivers as he will miss high. Full count now. And if Cockley were to walk, then Dukes would be your tying run. And he is in the on-deck circle getting ready to go. Back-to-back at-bats turn into a full count. And here is the payoff pitch. Fouled back again. So we're going to see another elongated at-bat just like the last one. But what an obscure day. So one more time, the payoff pitch. Did he go? The answer is yes, as a strike regardless. The side is retired. Strikeout number 2 today for Travis Dean, and the inning is over. On an awkward play, Clark State does plate 2. Middle of 5 here at Ron Mottl. It's 6-2, Tri-C on top.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Nash Reeder steps into the batter's box to get things underway in the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-2 your score. This game a little different now. Cam, going back to that play, you have one of 2 options. It'll be the 4th error of the day. It's an E3, or it's a, 3-foot 2 RBI double?
Yeah.
Because that didn't go too far in front of the plate.
No.
But a foul ball to begin for Dreger. 0-1 the counts. And this time he will poke it into right field, but directly to Dukes for out number 1. Directly out there on the line, and now here comes Zaylen Yanmaz. But if Clark State can make quick work of this Tri-C lineup, get them back to the 6th, they have 6 outs to play with, needing 4 runs. you're in a semi-favorable spot. And now, for the first time since the first inning, they will have some action in the bullpen. That most likely is to do with Hunt having so many pitches used. Basically a pseudo start for him, as a bunch of damage was done that he inherited, and if you get rid of that damage, this could be a tie game. The 1-0. They're now 1-1 the counts. And of course, you are really feeling that loss of Cohen Merritt.
Yeah.
And we'll see what his health is after this game. A 1-1 misses in the dirt for ball 2, but I think it's a safe bet to say he is not coming back today.
Probably not.
The hope is that you do get him back at some point this regular season, which May 2nd will close it out. The 2-1 backs him off the plate. And you might be thinking, okay, that's really kind of far away. It's April 11th. So we're a couple of weeks away from the month of May, and with it, the end of the regular season. The 3-1 Yenmaz right back up the middle. Cockley has it at second, and his throw to 1 is true. 2 up, 2 down. And this Clark State defense continues to find new and exciting ways to settle in. And to respond after allowing 2 in the 4th is key. But we said it pregame, especially in that first inning as well, once Tri-C scored a bunch. If you get this game to go to 7 innings, that's a moral victory. 2 up, 2 down for Brock Miller as he will take a ball in the dirt. In the 6th for Clark State, it is Dukes, Patel, and Deal. 7, 8, and 9 due up. The 1-0, right down Broadway. But so far, in a traditional sense, without the help of a double play, we have yet to see a true 1-2-3 inning. That could change here. If not, it's extra bases. A good shot from Miller, and it's over the right fielder's head. It is option B. He will cruise into second with a 2-out double. What a swing from Brock Miller.
Yeah, just had enough power on it to launch it over the right fielder's head. Had a tough time trying to go back on and then try and make a over-the-head grab, and just a tough ass there. And now Tri-C's offense trying to be back in business and trying to make things happen with 2 down.
And that'll bring up Jackson Bowles, who tripled his last time up. So if you are Tri-C, this is where you rely on one of your true star players to once again provide a spark. Now it's time call. This could be a pinch runner. What do you think?
I was going to say probably a pinch runner for Brock.
And it will be. And I think that is Adam Rich. So he'll come on to run for Brock Miller. So far this season, 1 stolen bag for Adam Rich. But right now, his task would be to, on a Jackson Bowles single, get around.
Yeah.
That's why you bring on one of your speedsters with Ethan Green at the top of your order waiting in the on-deck circle. Usually this is where you would turn it back over to speed, of course, but you are without Cohen Merritt. But Tri-C, given all the adversity as of late, doing a nice job today. But of course, plenty to work on heading into game number 2. First pitch wide for a ball, and of course, depending on how you score it, you could be looking at 4 errors or 3. And that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And they know it. They know their standard. They know what they are as tops ball. They know they can do more. The 1-0 up and out.
Thinking back to the softball game I did the other day, there were 10 errors in game 2 between BW and Mount Union.
That's not ideal.
No.
The 2-0 Bowles off towards the right side. It is knocked down by the second baseman, but Bowles is there. That'll put runners at the corners for Ethan Green. But one heck of an effort from Cockley to even knock that one down. If not, I think Adam Rich was going to come around and zip through home.
Yeah.
Now, time is called, and that could do it for Keegan Hunt. And if it does, you have to give that young man all the credit in the world for how he has pitched today.
I think they're going to check on the second baseman. He might have rolled over and hurt his wrist.
That's tough, but going back to it, I don't think you make a pitching change here. As
No.
Again, Keegan Hunt in a pseudo start, given all the adversity that he had to face early on, the only real blemish on his record is that home run from Meriden the 2 runs that did come around last inning. But other than that, he has really made it tough for Tri-C to score.
He really has.
But now Ethan Green, 1 for 1 today with an RBI single on a stolen base. A chance to double it up. And if he can get another base knock as well, that'll go a long way with earning him some more game time. And Green, he will swing and miss at the high heat. As well, it's 2:52 now, so nearing the 2-hour mark of game number 1. And again, outside of it being cold up here, a really beautiful day for baseball. And Green, a hard hit ball over towards short. It's scooped up, and the side is retired. Deal one heck of a snag to end the inning.
Yeah, I mean, just caught it on the one hop and then goes the short way to second base and just able to get out of it and head to the next inning.
No damage done there from Tri-C, but all of a sudden, if you are Clark State, down by 4, you're starting to find some momentum. End of 5 at Ron Mottl. It's 6-2 Tri-C on top on SmeeSports.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Top of the 6th inning at Ron Mottl Field, and Cam, as we have said, this one getting a little interesting down the stretch now. 6-2, Tri-C still in control, but a less comfortable result than at first expected. But for Travis Dean, the task here is simple. Across the next 2 innings, get 6 outs, don't allow more than 3 runs, and Tri-C wins.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. A lot easier said than done, but a great start here as has a bad round 0-2.
And Cooper Dukes right now trying to find some way to break through. But right now it is all Travis Dean, who has 2 strikeouts on the day so far. Now 3, and he got him on 3 pitches. He has really turned it up since coming in for Ethan Elbert. Now the Tri-C pitching staff combined 6 punch-outs today. And now that magic number becomes 5. But all in all, they have looked really, really solid today when it's mattered. And I want to say that as a big, big preface as you look at the errors, you look at some of the mistakes made. But outside of that one play, which still could have been a foul ball, when push comes to shove, they have made the plays that they needed to keep this game well within their grasp. But they know how much cleaner this game could have been and how much easier it could have been.
Yeah.
And heading into game number 2, if you give them another chance with 4 errors, it might not go your way. Because say the result holds, Clark State wants the series split. They know what that would do for them, and they have a first-year head coach, too, trying to find his way at Clark State. And if Doug Adams does get the win here, and somehow gets it in game 2 as well, say he does win both games today, he would be at 500 overall. 15 and 17 so far. I believe same amount of wins this year in comparison to last. And with still a few weeks left to go, so a much improved Clark State squad. The 3-0, it is just going to miss for ball 4. And I will say, entering the season, I believe they started 0-8. Had some tough teams, but then only lost 2 games in the month of March, I believe. And since then, they have been a around 500 team, but of course that rocky start does put a damper on that record. But a runner on now, as that'll bring up Deal. And Deal, last time we saw him, a great snag over at shorts. And he will take strike 1 there, which I think that's the right call. If you see 4 straight pitches go by and it's a walk, you don't swing on the next pitch. It's kind of the rite of passage in baseball where you don't see a swing until you see a strike. And this time he will chop it down the third base side, a pseudo bunt, and the play will not happen. It's a wide throw to Gallagher, and that will put 2 runners in scoring position. So again, Clark State finding ways to be creative, but officially that will be error number 4 today for Tri-C.
Can't happen. Can't happen.
And now we go back to the top of the order with Gabe Ledbetter. You drive in 2, it's a 2-run game. This finish far from concrete. Still a lot can happen here in this game. And I think both sides know how important the next couple of pitches are going to be. But Ledbetter so far today, 2 base knocks and a reshot and an error. And he will swing through that one and miss. And again, we've seen it become more popular, especially with a guy like Chase DeLauder, that back leg kicking behind.
Yeah.
That has been something that we've seen more and more because of DeLauder. The 0-1 Ledbetter will take, and it just misses. Count now 1-1. Of course, with this being the top of the order, you have a couple of your big home run hitters coming up too. The 1-1 off the plate for a ball. Looking at Tri-C, they will plate Jones, Ross, and Gallagher. 2, 3, and 4 in the 6th. It looks like both offenses could have to do some damage here. But now a 3-1 count on Ledbetter. Gardner's in the on-deck circle, and again, we've talked about his couple of double plays so far today.
Yeah.
But Gabe Ledbetter entering play today, 307 average with 18 RBIs. Looking to do some good for this offense, and he will take the walk, and the bases are loaded. There is 1 out, but just like that, Zach Gardner, the biggest chance of the day for him. And he has hit 4 home runs and 30 RBIs this year. And right now for Tri-C, don't really see any true action in the bullpen. But of course, you now bring up the tying run to the plate, and that could really quickly change that. First pitch right down Broadway for a strike. And I think both sides are on edge as of late. But for Clark State, if you don't bring in any runs this inning, that would be catastrophic.
Yeah.
You got to bring in, I would say, at least 2, given the setup. And the best way to do it is looking out in the right center, that gap. Now time called as it looks like Patel over at third will have to tie his shoe. An 0-1 count on Gardner so far today. 2 double plays and a walk. And that time he will take up and out. Count now 1-1 as there appears to be at least some stretching in the bullpen. And Coach K, I think he is going to go over there and see what he can do to stir up something.
Yeah.
The 1-1 pops up off towards the right side, going towards the bullpen. Gallagher unable to get there as that one is sent right to it. And that could be a sign of things to come. Count now 1-2. After Gardner goes to Weiner, then Robinson. And again, Weiner, 5 home runs on the year. Robinson, he has 7. So your best home run hitters, 2, 3, and 4. The 1-2, it is just going to miss. A very, very close miss.
Yeah, not by much. Not by much.
He really had nowhere else that he could have missed. Back to work goes Dean for the 2-2, and it is sent right up the middle, deep to center field. Dreger able to catch it over his back shoulder for out number 2. 2 runners will tag up as they bring in 1. It is a deep sac fly for Zach Gardner, RBI number 31 on the year, and that will make it 6-3. But a productive out nonetheless. And still the same scenario. The tying run is in the batter's boxes. Here comes Weiner. Bring in 1 more. That's what Clark needs to do here. If it's a 2-run game in the 7th, then all bets are off. No offense there to John Knight Porter.
Okay. Chauncey Billups.
A couple of those guys. And Dean right back to work, able to hit the zone. And now there officially is some action in the Tri-C bullpen as expected. But 6-3, all 3 runs for Clark State coming in the last 2 innings. Throwback to 1, it's not in time, but a good idea there from Dean. Trying to get creative and trying to catch this offense sleeping. Again, easier said than done. Count now 0-1. Dean sets and delivers. A good poke over the shortstop and through into left field. It's an RBI single for Logan Weiner. And that'll make it 6-4. And the tying run is now at first base for the Eagles. Exactly what the doctor ordered, at least 2 runs. And now the go-ahead run steps into the batter's box, and it is Ben Robinson.
Yeah, I mean, you just go back to that error to put the guys on 2nd and 3rd, and now both have come across to score. You got to think, I mean, you have 4 of them. Some of them are going to come back to bite you. That one really could be big here in this one.
As well, they combined 15 hits in game number 1.
Yeah, not only did we have 10 errors in that BW and Mount softball game, we had 24 hits as well.
A little of everything.
12 by each team. BW had 6 errors. They won 11-10 with the bases loaded on 2 outs.
That seems like a very, very nasty game.
It was.
A win's a win.
A win was a win, yeah.
Robinson, he will take a ball outside. Need I say the 7 home run metric again? Still relevant. Still very, very relevant. And in the on-deck circle, it is Russ. But a pivotal spot for the Clark State offense. Can they find a way to tie this game up in the 6th? The 1-0 skips in. And I do think this is Dean's last batter.
Yeah, probably.
Then you bring in a bullpen piece. Trying to see who it is out there in the bullpen. I was about to say it could be Mason Wolf, and that's the right call in my opinion. He's your traditional closer. Throw back to 2nd. It's close, but not in time. Nearly had him. Now, if Dean would have gotten out of the inning that way, that would have been very impressive.
Yeah.
And I think he thought for a second that he did.
I think it was close, but I think he got back in there just safely.
I would not want to be in that dugout, though, if that was out number 3.
No.
The 2-0 fouled right towards that dugout and right into it. But once again, it is Mason Wolf warming up in the bullpen for Tri-C. And he could have a really big role to play in this game depending on how Clark State operates. Dean's 2-1, runs inside and nearly hits him. If this were to be a walk, that would put the tying run into scoring position. And then it would turn to Russ, who had that fluke bloop, error double RBI.
Whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. The 3-1 thought about it. Did he go? The answer is no, and the bases are loaded. So now it turns to Michael Russ. Russ, a 280 average, 13 RBIs in the year, and as well 6 doubles. Time is called, and I believe this is going to be the call to the bullpen. And if so, that would mean Mason Wolf would be coming in to throw. Is this the time to do it? What are your thoughts, Cam?
Yeah, I think it is time to do it. I mean, bases loaded, you need an out here, and you got to go to your guy that you kind of put in that closer role, and you need him here, you need an out.
Before we step aside, once again, we are back on the air for game number 2 today, and then after that, tomorrow, we have a doubleheader over at the Pipe Yard, 1 and 4. It is Lorain County Community College taking on Kent State Tuscarawas. Then on Monday, it is Marlington and Dover softball at 5. On Tuesday, Alliance and Carrollton baseball. Wednesday could become Marlington West Branch baseball, but that is up in the air due to weather. Thursday is also up in the air. That could be a number of games. I don't believe it'll be here for softball, but there is a chance that it is Holy Name and CVCA baseball. That game would be at CVCA at 5 p.m. On Friday next week, it is going to most likely be Padua Canton Central lacrosse at 7. And then that flips us over to the weekend where it's Holy Name and Shaker baseball here next Saturday. And then next Sunday, we're over at the softball field as Tri-C takes on KSU Tusk softball. Time for Mason Wolf to warm up. And when we return, he will be on the mound for Tri-C.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Mason Wolf is warmed up and ready to go for Tri-C in the top of the 6th inning. And you look at this, Cam, all the way around. Just a very, very interesting second half of the ballgame.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has been very interesting, and you need an out here if you're Tri-C. You go to your closer and Mason Wolf, trying to get one.
And the first pitch sails over his head. And I think that's one if Bryce was here. And I agree, you just wear.
Yeah, you pretty much have to wear that one. It gets you a run closer, but
it's a free run at that point.
Yeah.
But a 1-0 count here on Michael Russ. Wolf that time keeps it high for ball 2. I think, Cam, you agree, no matter what happens, we'll look at the Mount Union score real quick, 9-3, so they won. But Tri-C's offense has to get going.
Yes.
Mounts, they're doing fine. Winning by 6. The 2-0, a good drive into left center field. Still plenty of carry. Dreger is there, and he will make the play to retire the side. And that will keep Tri-C's lead intact. A big play out in center by Dreger. But it's go time for this offense. Only up by 2 now. They need to find some answers. It's Jones, Ross, and Gallagher when we return to Ron Mottl Field.
Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
It's Jacob Jones leading things off for Tri-C in the bottom of the 6th inning, up by 2, but in my opinion, and I believe you would agree, plenty of work still to do.
Absolutely. You got to get the offense going, especially after the Eagles trying to make a late comeback here. Tri-C's offense got to get going.
And so far they have plated 4 runs in the last 2 innings. Tri-C in the last 2 innings, nothing. And of course, they did score 2 runs a few innings ago, and the 2 runs scored last inning from Clark were a little fluky, but still, they counted. And I feel like that has been the nature of the game today, as Jones will sky this one off towards left field in foul territory, and it will get down. An excellent effort out in left, a full extension play from Ledbetter, but couldn't catch up to it in time. But 4 errors, that is the key, and that's what we keep coming back to for this Tri-C defense. If you do it again, you're going to be in a really tough spot against a very, very good and hungry Clark State team.
Yeah. You were fortunate enough earlier, especially the opening one. You have the opening error and then immediately a double play to follow it up. It's a great thing to see from the defense, kind of shaking it off, and another double play kind of shaking off another error. But last inning, couldn't get out of it without giving up 2. So got some work to do here on offense.
As well, a new arm on the mound for Clark State. It is Oliver Krupp, the sophomore from Bishop Hartley High School. 6 2/3 innings work so far. 3 earned runs this year, 6 punch-outs, 7 walks. And a 4.05 ERA and an 0-1 record. This is appearance number 8 for him this year. Count out 2-2 on Jones as he takes strike 2. After Jones, it turns over to Ross, then Gallagher. Again, 2, 3, and 4 this inning for Tri-C. The 2-2, and it'll be left high. Full count now, 3-2. And again, stick with us for game number 2, scheduled to get underway around a half hour after game number 1. So right now, at 4 o'clock start time is looking about accurate. Here's the payoff pitch. It is in the dirt for ball 4. And the leadoff man is aboard for Tri-C. But as far as 7-inning games go, this is going to be one of the longer ones that we see this season.
Yeah.
But I feel like this does align really, really nicely to what we saw yesterday. And I will say, of course, Tri-C season last year, incredible all the way around, going 44-8. But it also put the conference on the map, and I think a lot of teams got a big bump from it. And, of course, Lorain County getting one of the assistants from Tri-C and Jake Solomon. That helps over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like just kind of Tri-C's overall burst onto the scene is going to raise the bar for a bunch of other local programs. And it looks like, again, there is some action in the Tri-C pen. Throw back to 1 out in time.
I think that might just be Wolf staying warmer, or maybe not.
I think that's figure. I think that's 28.
Maybe he's warming up for game 2.
That is 28, so that would be figure A. So we'll see if we do see figure A or not. Bunt shown and pulled back, and now they have a pickle. Throw back down is not in time. It wouldn't be an error on the actual stat sheet, but that's one that you have to be careful with.
Yeah. Can't make it out of the base pass here.
Especially right now, just again, given how close of a game it has been. The 2-0, Ross, a good drive deep to left center field, but it'll be called off and caught for out number 1. I feel like given how cold it has been today, I think obviously it's warm around the field, but the pop has been very impressive despite that.
Yeah, that is very true. It's a lot of stuff coming off the bat. Looks like we may be getting a pitching change here, and I believe we will. It's like a lefty coming on the mound for the Eagles.
This is completely matchup oriented, so Krupp's day will be done. A quick outing, but of course he can be used for game number 2 still, given how short of an outing it was. It is Dakota Yeagley on the mound when we return for Clark State. Tri-C up 6-4 on the Eagles.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Welcome back to Ron Mottl Field. The new pitcher, Dakota Yeagley, is warmed up as here comes Vinny Gallagher. 6-4 your score, bottom of 6. And now a key moment for Vinny Gallagher as he looks to potentially help Tri-C out in a big way as they look to build on their lead. Runner goes immediately. Throw down a second is not in time. It is going to skip away from them as it hits off the runner. And cruising into third is Jones. He goes coast to coast. An unfortunate way to begin Yeagley's outing.
Yeah, not great, especially, you have that great steal down and was going to be in there safely, and then nobody there as that one kind of kicked off of the runner, and now they're going to bring the infield in here for Clark State.
And for Gallagher, your job becomes that much easier. The 1-0 misses inside and nearly hits him. But for Tri-C, you can score at least one run here, get a 3-run lead. And then from there, trust your defense to shut it down, whether it be Wolf on the mound or Kyle Figure, who also did pitch yesterday. The 2-0 Gallagher, a strong strike but foul. And looking ahead at the next inning for Clark, it is Kakali, Dukes, and Patel. 6, 7, and 8 due up. So the bottom of the order trying to figure it out for Clark State. Here's the 2-1 from Yeagley. Gallagher chops it over towards first. They will get the out. And there is no action from Jones. So he stays put, and that is an extra out, a big out at that for Clark State.
Yeah, it's definitely a big out there. I'm kind of surprised to see him stick at third, but it's got to rely on the bat here, Nate Hill.
And for Nate, he does bring plenty of power to this Tri-C lineup. And he will have to do it here. And he will bring power, but it is in foul territory. Could be playable. In the end, it is not, as it is out of play. But if this stays 6-4 heading into the 7th, then look out, as we will have a really, really interesting finish. And, of course, a very long game as well. Now 2.5 hours in nearly. The 0-1 Hill right into left center field as it's down in the gap for extra bases. Nate Hill has done his job. He will go to second, and he is in there with an RBI double. And that will make it 7-4 Tri-C.
Yeah, just a great piece of hitting there, and just the way that the fielders are placed, he ends up with extra bases there, kind of in that left center gap as the center fielder was a little bit shaded over towards right field for the lefty. Just a phenomenal piece of hitting. Tri-C's going to get another insurance run there, and trying to keep the train moving here.
And now here comes Nash Dreger. But if the train continues to roll for Tri-C, then they can get, well, more than enough insurance. He will square up and bunt with 2 outs as that one is fouled away. I feel like he is the only guy, maybe Cohen could do it too, but realistically the only guy on this roster who could get away with that.
I think you're just trying to catch him off guard, too. You don't expect to see him trying to bunt with 2 down, but now they kind of got it in the back of their mind. Third baseman probably going to creep up a little bit, so probably just going to be swinging away here.
This Tri-C team, though, they get so creative with their runners and the way they score. The 0-1 sailed high. And that's a pitch that says, hey, if you're going to try to bunt, then you're not going to.
Yeah.
I think they also know that if they were to get down a bunt here, then most likely Dreger would find a way to be safe at first, given his speed. And they saw it yesterday, I'm sure. The 1-1, same spot missing. And right now, for Clark State, could you think about warming up another arm?
I don't think so. You just need 1 out.
You have to find it somewhere. The 2-1, Dreger, fly ball to right field. And it is going to get lost in the sun, but he drops it. Dreger, he will go to third, and he is in. Only the second error today for Clark State, but it's a big one. That'll make it 8-4. And Dreger is now at third base. And Yanmaz has a chance to continue extending Tri-C's lead. Again, it's just the error bug today.
Yeah. That one really just unfortunate, trying to battle the sun out there. You had a beat on it, but it just hits off his glove, and yeah, really want that out.
Base hit scores a run here. Can Yanmaz do it again? A good poke into left center field. Plenty of carry, and it is going to get down in the gap. Zaylen Yanmaz again delivers for Tri-C. It's an RBI double, and that will make it 9-4 Tri-C.
The Tops just keep rolling with 2 outs as well. I mean, they just keep going and going and going. Have the benefit of that error, and still needing 1 out. We might see a pitching change here.
I mentioned it for a reason, and it looks like we have a pinch hitter here. It's going to be number 24, Kevin Baker, the Avon Lake alumnus. What just happened for Tri-C? And that will do it. Yeagley is going to be taken out. Never underestimate the power of needing 1 out.
Yeah.
Something suspicious is going on here at Ron Mottl Field based on the music. We will step aside. The Tops back in control, up 5. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com. or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. The call to the bullpen has been made by Clark State as they will bring on Isaac Schultz. As now as well, Tri-C, they will make a change of their own in the batter's box. As we mentioned, here comes Baker. So a chance for him to get a little something going for Tri-C with 2 down. No hits yet this year. I don't even know if he's had an at-bat yet. Maybe 1 or 2 at-bats this year, but nothing going yet. But now a chance with a runner in scoring position to get his first RBI of the season. What a storyline that would be as Tri-C's dugout, they are enjoying life again. And the first pitch is to the backstop. And that'll put Yanmaz at third. The wheels well and truly have come off for Clark State.
Yeah, now Yanmaz definitely scoring on a base hit.
But if Tri-C is able to work out of the 4-error day, that's impressive.
Yeah.
And they still have one more game after this. On paper, though, this game looks like a blowout now. But it's anything but. Swing and a miss there from Baker. Now 1-1 the count. And somehow after making this a 2-run game, Clark State does not win the inning. And as well, if that ball got down in the left center field gap, this would be a completely different game. Or even with that hard 90, that could make things different. So many little intricacies that can change the name of the game. The 1-1 Baker, a weak poke over towards short, has to try to beat this one out. The throw to 1, it is just in time, and the side is retired. But Tri-C's offense comes alive again at the bottom of the 6th, plating 3. Last chance for Clark State in game number 1, down 9-4 on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Final 3 chances for Clark State in game number 1, down 9-4 to Tri-C as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports. I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me today, Cameron Gazzo. Make sure you stick with us after our final commercial break here in game number 1 as we will be announcing our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. Wolves' first pitch up and in for a ball. It's Cockley, Dukes, and Patel, 6, 7, and 8, due up for Clark State. Now needing 5 to keep this game going. And again, looking at game number 2, initially scheduled for 4 p.m., could be even later than that. And of course, it just hinges on how long this game continues. The 1-1 bounces in. But considering how it started, the fact that it's actually a closer-ish game down the stretch is quite impressive. I don't think you or I really thought that this one was going to be close after what we saw in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, I thought Tri-C was kind of just going to run away with it, but credit to Clark State for really sticking in here and battling back.
And they really have stuck in it quite nicely. But just that 6th inning got away from them, and that looks like it is going to be the difference. 3-1, Wolf able to reconnect, and we are full 3-2. In the on-deck circle after Cockley, it is Dukes. But it looks like they're going to make a change instead, so we'll see who's in the on-deck circle in a moment. As that one is snagged by Hill on the tip. 1 up, 1 down. Strikeout number 1 today for Mason Wolf. And he will look for, because I believe he came on at a save opportunity for the save. Does it stay that way?
I'm not sure.
And now here comes Hardy Franklin, or rather, Gabriel Silva, the sophomore from Venezuela. So he'll get a chance here to try and get on the bases. But Tri-C 2 outs away from getting the job done in game number 1. Maybe not in the most convincing fashion, but still a win nonetheless as the first pitch will miss for a ball. But I'm intrigued to see how game number 2 goes, to see if it's going to be more the same error-wise. Do we get a status update on Cohen Merritt to see how he's doing, and how drastically different is the Tri-C offense? Because realistically, you need a new leadoff hitter, which I would assume you would bring in one of your speedsters over there, which could mean Jameer gets a bump. Could you see that?
Yeah, feel like you definitely could.
A 1-1 miss for ball 2. Because typically it was just plain and simple. Ko is your leadoff man.
Yeah.
But of course, most likely not available. The 2-1 skips inside. But a sunny day for baseball. 51 degrees outside, so I'm sure on the actual diamond itself, not a bad day to play some ball. But of course, up here in the box, it is a little cold. 3-1, up for ball 4. And with 1 down, that'll put Silva over at first. And that'll bring up Patel. And he will indeed bat in his usual spots. But if the result were to hold, Tri-C would improve to 14-12 on the season. Clark State, they would drop to 15-18. Still plenty of baseball, though, left to be played this year. And Wolf able to respond with a strike. You did have Figure 8 warm up in the bullpen if needed. And it'll be interesting to see who they throw out there for game number 2, knowing they still have some games coming up this week. But I feel like this is going to be the tougher of the few tests. The 0-1 breaks wide. But of course, you cannot overlook anybody, especially in conference play. Last year is last year, and of course, though, they did beat Lakeland 32-0. The 1-1 runs in on the hands. But I feel like this year at the high school level, we've seen so many more blowouts than we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
The worst that I saw this past week was, I'm pretty sure 43-0. Independence was able to beat Trinity. The 2-1 breaks in, now 2-2 the count. I believe we also saw a 41-0 game and a 27-0 on the same day.
That's insane.
The 27 was Canton Central over Thomas Aquinas in the Holy War. Not really a war in that instance. Here's the 2-2. A good crack into right center field. Dreger charging in on it, but JB calls him off and makes the grab for out number 2. A web gem for Jackson Bulls.
Wow, what a grab out there by JB. Still playing some phenomenal defense there, and a great out number 2.
And just like that, Clark State is down to their final out. But Jackson Bulls out of nowhere came flying like Superman. Initially, I thought that was Dreger's ball, and then out of nowhere, you can see Jackson Bulls dive in there and take it away. Bulls to the rescue, and with 1 out to play with, here comes Deal, trying to keep this one going. But Wolf on the opposite end looking to seal the deal. And that pitch will just get away. The runner will go, and there is no move to make. I don't hate the decision, though, to just simply eat that one.
Yeah. Can't have it cost you another error. So just hold it.
You're at a spot where you're up by 5.
I was going to say, you're up by 5. Just his run doesn't mean anything. You need 1 out. Focus on the batter.
And I think all parties should do that for Tri-C here. The 1-0. Right back to work. 1-1 now the counts. One final reminder, stick with us for game number 2, and that broadcast link will go live the moment that we're done here for game number 1. Over 2.5 hours in, 2 hours and 38 minutes. But really no better way to spend your Saturday afternoon than with some baseball. And then same thing tomorrow on Sunday. Two balls, one strike the count. And it is fouled away. So right now, Clark State is down to their final strike overall. Deal has to make a count here. Reached on an error his last time up, and before that had two singles. Tri-C looking for win number 14 this year. Two balls, two strikes. Popped up, Deal sends it into right field. Yanmaz calls it off. He will grab it, and that will do it. Tri-C in game number 1 gets the win over Clark State 9-4. A great win all the way around for the Tops. They did have to overcome plenty of sloppiness, but in the end, they got the job done. When we return, we will announce our player of the game presented by SmeeSports and presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center as you are watching college baseball on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Life moves fast, and so do the unexpected moments. At the Kohut Insurance Agency, we've got you covered. Whether it's auto, home, renters, or something else, our goal is simple: to protect what matters most to you while saving you time and money. With personalized service and the power of many trusted carriers, we'll find the right coverage for you at the right price. Peace of mind shouldn't be complicated. Give us a call at 330-542-6400 or shoot us an email at david.kohut@twfg.com. Kohut Insurance Agency, our policy is caring.
Well, welcome back to Ron Mottl Field. 9-4 your final in game number 1. Tri-C takes down Clark State. Once again, I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me today, Cameron Gazzo. It's conversation time. Who's player of the game?
Let's look at the stats.
Of course, Coe did have the home run, but he did miss some time. There were so many errors as well in this game, but you know what? Based on base running and the fact that he got it going, your player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center is Jameer Ross. Let's talk about Jameer. A little crafty piece of hitting, and when we saw him today, he was making great plays.
Yeah, I mean, he really was really active on the base paths, just like you said, and being able to get a couple of hits and a couple of key hits that Tri-C really needed. He ended up winning this one 9-4. I mean, it's really sloppy, like we said, really sloppy. You got to clean a lot of things up in game number 2 if you want to sleep over Clark State, but you're on your way. You're halfway there. Some would say you're living on a prayer with how you're able to get out some of those errors. A couple of key double plays back in the earlier innings, and then the Clark State offense was finally able to get going courtesy of some of the later errors, but you're able to come back, score 3 in the bottom of the 6th inning, and really that propels you and gets you to win this one.
In the end, they get the job done, and they will now on the year improve to 14-12, while Clark State falls to 15-18. But that'll do it for us for game number 1. Time to go on over to game link number 2 to watch game number 2 today between Tri-C and Clark State. For Cameron Gazzo, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Ron Mottl Field, and we will see you again in a few moments. This has been college baseball on SmeeSports in partnership with the Tri-C Athletic Departments.